Emily Freeman, can you meet Calvin Scott? Can you meet Calvin Scott down at the front of the stage? Emily Freeman, can you come meet Calvin Scott at the front of the stage? Welcome. Shh. It's hard to see when you're standing in a spotlight, but I do believe I see people still standing up in the back. If you would find a seat, that would be fantastic. I need to start over. I was going to try to do this in character, and then I totally forgot, so hang on. All of you standing in the back, find your seats, please. That's about as mean as I can be. I can't do it. I would like to welcome you to our spring concert, the Instrumental and Worship Spring Concert. It is great to be here this evening. We thank you for coming out and supporting us. I especially thank you for finding your seats quickly. I can't see. We're going to start with prayer, but what I would like to start with is just a couple housekeeping items. There are bathrooms in the back that you can go. If you go in between our AV and our concession stands, there's bathrooms in the back. I would really appreciate it if that back door that's open right now stayed closed for the entirety of the program, unless we're on a break, okay? The other thing that I would like to remind you of is that this is beginning as a worship service as we end the Sabbath, and then as we go into the concert, it is exactly that. It is a concert. I understand you're seeing this, and you see that, and we have food, and so this is a little different than your typical concert, okay? And I understand that, but what I do expect out of the audience is the same thing I expect out of my groups. When you're sitting in the audience and the groups are playing, you are sitting quietly. You are giving them that respect, unless we're doing the worship music and then you're singing with them, okay? Because these kids have worked hard all semester, and they deserve the respect from us to pay attention to what they're doing, okay? So that's how we're going to treat this evening. I may turn around and engage you, by all means, be a part of it. We want you to be a part of this concert tonight. In the worship time, we want you to sing with us and praise God with us. In the evening portion of the secular portion, we want you to clap at times, and we want you to be happy, and we want you to enjoy yourselves this evening. We want you to leave having a wonderful time. Okay, and that will happen, adults, by setting example to the high school students that are out there, and high school students by showcasing how you know how to behave in a concert. So that's the last my foot laying down that I'm going to have this evening, okay? But let's do that for them. Let's respect what we've worked on and give our students the respect, your peers or your own children, okay? Thank you so much. We're going to start with a word of prayer, and then we're going to close the Sabbath with our worship program and a little word, and then we'll start the secular portion. So please bow your heads. Father, thank you so much for the talents that you have given us. We are so grateful for all that you do for us in our lives. We know that we really don't deserve any of it. And so this evening, we just give that back to you. As we end the Sabbath, Lord, may we sing together. May we worship together. May we praise you together as a unified people this evening. We thank you so much for all that you do, and we love you. In your most holy and precious name, amen.
Please join with us as we sing this evening.
Seated above, enthroned in the Father's love, destined to die, poured out for all mankind. God's only Son, perfect and spotless one. He never sinned, but suffered as if he did. All authority, every victory is yours. 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 All authority, every by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony, everyone overcome. We will overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. Everyone overcome. Sing with us. We will overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. Everyone overcome. We will overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. Everyone overcome. Savior, worthy of honor and glory, worthy of all of our praise, for you overcame. Jesus, awesome and powerful forever, awesome and great is your name, for you overcame. Savior, worthy of honor and glory, worthy of all of our praise, for you overcame. Jesus, awesome and powerful forever, awesome and great is your name, for you overcame. Who am I that the highest King would welcome me? I was lost, but he brought me in. Oh, his love for me. Oh, his love for me. Who the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am.
Free at last he has ransomed me, his grace runs deep. While I was a slave to sin, Jesus died for me. Yes, he died for me.
Who the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God, yes I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am who you say I am. Who the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God, yes I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God, yes I am.
I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am who you say I am. Who the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God, yes I am.
All right, we'd like to take a few minutes to close the Sabbath. You know, that last song pretty much depicts what we try to cover in our worship program through the year. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I am a child of God. And we try to get that impression across to our students. You are a child of God. It doesn't matter what talents, where you've come from, but understanding that call and then answering that call. All year long, we talk service with our students. We talk anti-glamour. The idea is that they have joined us to become part of a servant leadership group that is here to serve their community, which in our case is our church and our student body. And each year we invite leaders to be a part of that. And those leaders, I'll tell you, we try to make it as difficult for them as we can for them to be a part of it, because we don't want leaders that just want to be up on stage. We want students that understand that Christ led by sacrifice and by servanthood, and we want them to embrace that in their leadership. And so we have mentor meetings. Every leader that you're about to meet has been in a one-on-one situation with a faculty all year long, meeting with them in a mentoring program. Our leaders also come in on every Monday, and we meet, we do Bible study, we do song studies, we do leadership, rehearsals, theory. We cover a whole group of things in that, in hoping to prepare them so that now, when they leave us and they move on, they can serve our church. Because as you can see, I'm in the old guard, especially now. And so we are trying to train them to take over for us, right? Isn't that what the goal of what we're doing in our lives, adults? And this program, I have been blessed that the Lord brought this program here while I have been here, and we have been blessed to be a part of it, and it's been amazing to watch our students grow from year to year to year and to continue serving God when they leave. We have a pretty good percentage of kids that go on and serve their churches when they leave here. And so we would like to just take a few minutes to say thank you to our seniors. And in a program where we constantly tell them, you should never be seen, you should never be heard, it should all be for the glory of God. I think that we can take a moment to recognize what God has done in them. And so we'd like to call our seniors up. We have a gift for them to say thank you for the hard work, thank you for the labor, thank you for the hours they've put in, thank you for the relationships that they have built and the example they have led. And we pray that they go on to lead that life of servant worship. So we're going to call them up. Oh, I do have it. Zach, Mary Ruth, Nathan, Katie, Calvin, Corey, Gabby, and Jared are our senior leaders. Some of them are behind me. Come on up. You can put your guitar down. These guys have been countless, they've worked countless hours in rehearsals, in study, in preparation. They have been responsible for our soul cafes, the themed evenings that we do with Bible studies. They've created Bible studies for our student body. And it's been an incredible year that we've had together. And I just want to say thank you guys for being incredible leaders this year. It's a pretty great program to be a part of it. Like I said, we're really blessed to see them grow and to see when they come in as freshmen, the lack of understanding of what we're trying to accomplish, and then as seniors when they get it and they go out to serve, and we're really excited to be a part of that. Every year, Kaylee and I sit down and talk about, a few years ago we started something called the Heart of Worship Award, and it was something that we just came together and said, we want to honor somebody who's been in the program, who you see Christ in on a daily basis, who when they're not on stage are witnessing in the same capacity. Students that pour their lives into this and that pour their hearts into this. And so we started that a few years ago, and we let their classmates vote. And their classmates get 1/3 of a vote. We get the other 2/3. And we come to an agreement, and we hand those awards out in recognition. And so this year, the class decided that 2 members should get this award. And so I'm going to let Kaylee introduce the first one, and then I'll introduce the second one.
I'm shorter than you are. Okay. So this individual came to us as a sophomore, and she was so nervous the whole first year, and just getting her up on stage and having her actually even then by the end of the year trying to talk and introduce a song, just total nerves. And yet it was so amazing to watch her grow in her abilities and her comfort on stage. Her junior year, she became a leader and just started stepping into that role, and just watching her grow so much that year. And then this year, I have had the privilege of having her be my mentee, and have just spent the whole year with her and just watching her again just continue to develop her skills. And I have to say that this individual is just truly authentic on stage, off stage, in her life. She is joy. She is filled with joy, loves life, lets it just bubble out of her. But on stage, when she's leading worship, there's just such a warmth that she exudes, and she just invites people in because of like her comfort level on stage. And she just has a heart for God and a heart for servant leadership. As I sit and listen to her talking about what it means to be a leader and how she wants to lead by example, it's just a privilege and a pleasure. I can't wait to see what she goes on to do from here. But Gabby Mendonca, please come up.
Yes, if you know Gabby, you know that what you see with Gabby is what you get, and that is a blessing. That is a blessing. The other person that won the award, I still remember the audition that they did for me their freshman year. It had nothing to do with praise class. It was in band. And I remember thinking, all right, this kid may be cool. We'll see what happens. And then he started working for me. And I have had the honor of being a part of his life for 4 years. And he's someone who loves Jesus. He's someone who understands what God has done in his life. And I haven't talked to him about this specifically, but I believe he knows that his mission is to go out and share that with the world. He does that on a daily basis. I've seen him take people under his wing. If you see him, you may see him jumping around like a wild man. You may see him, holding someone as they're crying. You may see him reluctantly oiling his mother's hair. I got you. And ironically, he and I have lived similar lives. I used to color my mother's hair every Thursday. I would stand and she would part it, and I would put the color in, and she would mix it in, and we've had those conversations about it. I could not be more proud of this young man and more excited to see what he's going to do in his life. And so the co-winner of this year's Heart of Worship Award goes to Calvin Scott. Calvin? All of these guys are amazing young people. All of our students here are amazing young people. We are really honored to be a part of their education and grateful. And one thing I want for all of us to remember as we sing our last song is that God has called us, whatever age, whatever we're doing in our lives, he's called us. And I believe that what he's called us to do, whether it's to be a doctor or a missionary, I think in its simplistic form, he's called us to love one another and to share his love with the people around us. And so my prayer for all of us this evening is that we leave with that concept. We know that God has promised us that he will be with us. As these guys go out into the world, and adults, life changes. And things come in that it's not just testing that's hard, but it's life that's hard. But God has promised us that he is there. He has promised us that he will stand with us in the darkness. He will stand with us in the glory. And that's our prayer tonight, that all of us understand that he has called us to share what he's done for us. And so we're really excited about that. We're going to invite the singers back out. We would invite you to sing this next song with us as we close the Sabbath. And that's what this next song is all about. The song is called Do It Again. And it's about standing in that moment when you know what God's promises are, but you know that the devil is working. And just remembering that God said he was there. He said the walls would come down, and they did. He said he would be with you, and he is. So let's close this Sabbath just soaking that in and singing that concept out of, Lord, we know that you will be with us for the rest of our lives.
walking around these walls. I thought by now they'd fall, but you have never failed me yet. Waiting for change to come, knowing the battle's won, for you have never failed me yet. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never failed me yet. I know the night won't last. Your word will come to pass. My heart will sing your praise again. Jesus, you're still enough. Keep me within your love. My heart will sing your praise again. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never fail. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never failed me yet. I've seen you move the mountains, and I believe I'll see you do it again. You made a way where there was no way, and I believe I'll see you do it again. I've seen you move the mountains, and I believe I'll see you do it again. You made a way where there was no way, and I believe I'll see you do it again. I'll see you do it again. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. never failed. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You never failed me yet.
Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this day. Thank you especially for the Sabbath and for giving us this day of rest. Thank you for the beautiful day today. Please help us to have a good band concert. In your name I pray, amen.
Our concession stands are now open, and we will begin the next portion of our show. We're going to have Dean Dunk come up and do the beginning of the costume contest. So concessions are open, and the costume contest is in order. Cole Bogus to the stage. Cole Bogus to the stage.
I have the red microphone. I had to turn it on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in just 2 or 7 minutes, we're going to start the first part of the costume contest. There are 2 rounds. The first round, we're finding out which ones are best. They get to go to the finals. And then after a different part of the program, we'll have the finalists come up and we'll decide who the crowd thinks did the best job with their costumes. So if you would like to take part in the costume contest, everybody please go to this corner, to your left, to my right, to this corner of the stage. If you'd like to take part in the costume contest, please come up now to this corner of the gym. We're going to start judging in about 5 minutes. Remember, if you already have a costume, you might as well try to be in the contest. First prize is $100. And so if you'd like to partake in the contest, please come to the corner. You have 1 minute to register yourself or your group. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you are standing in line for food, please stay in line for food. If you're not in line for food, you might want to think about going to stand in line for food. The food is good, the food is plentiful, and all the money from the food goes to the band program for their tours and instrument repairs and for scholarships. So do spend money in the back. But at this time, we are going to do the first round of the judging. All of these people over here have dressed up, and they're going to come up and have you decide how dressed up they are. Now, before I have them come up, I'm going to tell you how this contest works. There are several people throughout the auditorium that are judges. They are not judging for themselves about how they like the costumes. What they are doing is they are listening to the cheers around them. If they hear a few cheers, they're going to indicate to me that your section of the gym, yeah, they like the costume a little bit, but not so much. If you cheer a lot, the judges are going to indicate to me that that section of the gym is cheering really loud. And if your section of the gym really likes the costume and you're going crazy, the judge from that section of the gym is going to tell me that your corner of the gym or your section of the gym really appreciates the costume. So it's not what the judge thinks, it's what the judge hears from your section of the gym. So the costume contest is totally based on how loud you cheer. Okay, we're going to start now by calling up some groups, and we're going to have the groups come up in order of size. So all of the single contestants will come first. Okay, the first one is Dylan Waters. Or should I say, Woody. Each contestant does have the opportunity to talk into the microphone if they want to.
There's a snake in my boot.
Okay, we're listening to cheers. All right. Next one we have is Santana with, I'll see if you guys can figure out what she's dressed up as. Very good. The only Disney movie that made me cry in the first 10 minutes. All right. Okay, next we have Timothy. Timothy, come on up.
I just want to give a shout out to my grandmother for making this costume for me. Thank you very much. I love you.
Thank you very much. And that is Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon. All right. Next we have Carla. Carla, come on up. Come on over.
Crying helps me slow down and obsess over the weight of life's problems.
Oh, that made me sad. Okay, and next we have Andrew. Please come up, Andrew. Hey, partner.
Yeehaw! My name is Sheriff Woody, and you've got a friend in me.
You got a friend in me. Okay, now we're starting to get to the groups that have more than one. The next one is Camden and Logan. I just got to tell you, it doesn't look very good for Logan. All right. Good job, Pixar Lamp. Good job. Okay. Need to write down the score before we went on. Okay, before the next group comes up, I need to make an announcement. Sinfonietta, you're supposed to come back behind the stage and get ready for your next part, Sinfonietta. The next group is going to be from How to Train Your Dragon, Kristen and Kevin.
Hey, that's my blind spot. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That is very good. With the twins. Okay, next group we have is from Ratatouille, Brandon, Raina, and Anderson.
Can I see the chef?
Anyone can cook.
This food is too salty.
And he works in the cafeteria, so he would know. Okay, Ratatouille. Okay, the next group we have is from Up. We have Eugene, Choi, Griswold, Evan, and Rojas.
Mr. Fredrickson, I can fly. Russell, stop messing around, son.
Okay, the next group we have is Olivia, Amy, Cole, Gabby, Gabe, and Nathan. Very good. Judges? Okay, that is the first part. That was the semifinals. We're going to calculate the grades and give you some music right now. And the finals for the costume contest will be in a later part of the program. Thank you very much for your cheering.
All right, if you could find your seats, we're going to close the sails. If you would find your seats, don't worry. You will have another opportunity. You will have another opportunity to buy food after this next portion. I could have been that hopping light. No. Please find your seats. We're going to start in about 3 minutes. So please find your seats. We're going to start in 3 minutes. We will begin the next portion of the show as soon as our audience is ready. We're still waiting. What was that from? Brave, yeah. I'm not gonna introduce him. You guys, if you want, I know you are really excited to be talking. I had to use my stern voice, but that's okay. We can get past it. If you want to be engaged with what we're doing, when you recognize the song, you can give them a little applaud, and then that'll be all good. So I'm not gonna, you know what we're playing, obviously, by some of the decorations, and let's just take a second to give the kids a round of applause for the decorations. Don't they look awesome? I don't know SOS. Oh, you want me to move over? I do know what light symbols mean, apparently. Yeah, the kids do such a great job at this. It's way, way better than I ever imagined it. When my first year, I thought, let's do something fun like this. They do such incredible things. This wall's already been spoken for. People have already claimed the animals. If you'd like anything, at the end, you're welcome to it if you want to use it in your classroom. But they do such a great job. Caitlin Kelch did the house, which is fantastic. Technically, that's my house, and it might float away later. We'll see what happens. But we're gonna go through the next portion of a song. Just give us a cheer when you recognize what it is. So, Ratatouille, yes, yes, yes. I should have clarified. Once you realize what it is, you don't have to plot for every song in it because it's all from the same movie. So we'll get it all together before the night's over. All right, so this next song, man, do I love this next song. I've done this song in honor of one of my violin players. I don't love this next song. Well, the first half of it I do. The second half of it, Mike Lopez, you'll appreciate my pain. But we played it because Chidi wanted to play it. And what Chidi wants... Yes, yes. What Chidi wants, he gets. Not really. But after begging and pleading with me long enough, I finally said, fine, Chidi, I will do it. But it may be the worst song in history. He claims it's a masterpiece. You guys can decide. It's not the first half. You'll know what it is. Trust me, you'll know what it is. You know what this is? What is it? Ladies and gentlemen, Chidi's masterpiece. Yes. What's really funny is the elementary kids loved it too. I must have just missed the boat on Smash Mouth. They just did not make it with me. But, you know, whatever. You guys liked it, so he's singing. I get him on. He's going to be picking our set next year, I'm sure. Yes, that was my song, Up. There you go. I heard you guys recognize it. All right, I want to take a couple minutes. I want to thank a few people. First of all, Marcherie in the back, thank you so much for organizing the parents' foods. And all of the parents that are involved, you know. This whole thing is because you guys support what we're doing here at GCA and you support what we're doing here in these programs. And it's not just about bringing food to help raise money, but it's about belief in the system of what we're doing here, and we are forever grateful for that. I thank you for letting us borrow your kids for a little while and have fun with them, because this is fun. Thank you for volunteering in the back. Marcherie is graduating this year. Yeah. And she's been an 8-year senior, I think, right? Eight or 9 years she's been. I've had a couple of her kids come through the program, and she's moving on. So we are very grateful for her and her husband who have put in a lot of time with my stuff here. And thank you to all the parents that are helping out. I also want to acknowledge some of my seniors. So can I have my seniors back here? Go ahead and stand up, guys. Yes, Cortez is standing, but he always stands because he's playing the bass, so. Yes, it's a good little crew of seniors I've got, so thank you guys very much. Wait. All right. I do have one more award to give out. As you guys know, we give out a national award in band and in orchestra. And the National Orchestra Award began in order to honor the orchestra top student. And in most cases, most high schools have multiple band directors or multiple orchestra directors that decide on this together, and they honor that student. It's just me. So I invite them to vote, because I believe in a democracy in my group. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Calvin Scott. So I let them vote with me, and then I take their votes and I put it together with my vote, and we come to some sort of an agreement. I've never had to override them. They always pick the right people because they know, they see it. And so this year, the orchestra, the National Orchestra Award goes to someone who I could not be more proud of as a player. She was thrust into the position. You know, a lot of times in small Adventist school, you get put into positions before you may think you're ready for them. But when there's only, you know, a small group, then it's your turn. And she sat down and said, all right, let's do this. And she's worked, and she's worked, and she's become such a great violinist over the course of these last few years. And she's put her time in. She's been a great leader. It is an honor for me to give the National Orchestra Award to Alara Gonzalez. I'm sure she's going to get a lot of other awards for the rest of the year because she's pretty much, that's the way she is in life, I think. She dives in and she goes for it. So we have one more song that we're going to do for you. And we're going to try to escape. That's all I'm going to say. Concession sales are open and costume contest part 2.
Spotlight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please do get up and spend money for the food that's in the back. we are about to do the finals for the costume contest. The final groups that have made it this far are Carla with Sadness, Kristen and Kevin with How to Train Your Dragon, Camden and Logan with The Lamp from Pixar, Eugene, Choi, Griswold, Evan, and Rojas with Up, and Brandon, Reyna, and Anderson with Ratatouille. If I just listed your group, please go to this corner of the stage where you can come up and attempt to win the $100 first prize. All right, I have the white microphone. And ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start the final judging for the costumes. I need to see that we have judges. Do we have a judge up here? Yep. Do we have a judge in the back? Looking for that judge. Judges in the center? Got it. Judges in the back on this side. Got it. Judge up here in the front. Okay. We are ready to begin. Just to make sure, Mrs. Gerard, are you in the building? Mrs. Gerard. All right. Will you go to the back section on the right in the back? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you are in line for food, stay where you are, but maybe turn around and look up here so you can cheer for the costumes. Okay, the first group that we have coming up, remember this is the finals, they win or they lose by your noise. So if you like what you see, cheer loud. The first group is Carla with Sadness. Ah, it's different.
I don't want to go, Joy.
Come on, Sadness.
Sadness doesn't want to be a part of it. Okay, judges. All right, next we have Camden and Logan for the Pixar lamp. Doing a little bit of setup. Make sure he spells it right. It looks like they're just about ready to begin. Very good. That's at the beginning of every Pixar movie. All right, very good. Okay, next group we have is Kristen and Kevin from How to Train Your Dragon.
Dude, do you have anything to say? Gross!
You hit like a girl. Oh, I meant that as a compliment.
Perfect for twins. Thank you very much. Okay, the next group we have is Brandon, Raina, and Anderson, the cello section from Ratatouille. Good job. The food critic likes it. Okay, the last group is Eugene, Alex Choi, Griswold, Evan, and Rojas from the movie Up.
Mr. Fredrickson, look what I found. This is Kevin. What is that thing?
All right, all contestants, don't go too far away. We do have winners that we can announce right now. First of all, thank you everybody that dressed up. And I'm sure you guys have seen many people did dress up from the Pixar and Disney movies that did not participate in the costume contest, but they all still dressed up really good. It looks fantastic. Thank you for participating. Okay, in third place for this year's contest, for the Pixar costume contest, in third place is the Pixar lamp, Camden and Logan. Come on up and get your prize. And congratulations, there's $50. In second place with $75, we have from How to Train Your Dragon, Kristen and Kevin. Here they are. Congratulations. Good job. And first place with $100 to split up however they decide. From the movie Up, Eugene, Choi, Griswold, Evan, and Rojas. Congratulations. The next costume contest will probably be the Christmas one in next December. And so if you know what's coming, start preparing now. Thank you very much.
We're going to have about 5 minutes left of food sales. There looked like there was some incredible food back there, so you've got about 5 minutes left. Get it while it lasts. It is very good. I'm tasting a cookie right now. All right. It is time for the last part of our show. So if you could find your seats, if we could kill the lights. Man, that was good. It's like I had someone planned on doing that. And then we'll do some concession stands at the end. Just a little info for you guys. When we're done, we will let you come hug your children, take your pictures. We're just gonna, when it's over, when it's over, we have to get the gym ready for other people. I know it's not just ours. That'd be cool, but it's not. So when we're done, we're gonna send everyone out. We'll let you guys get your hugs, take your pictures by the walls, but then we're gonna have to break it all down. So parents, I will give you your children back, but we got to break down the walls first and put the chairs away. So that's kind of how the night is going to end. We'll clean up out here, and then you're welcome to take them, or we'll send them back to the dorms. Thank you so much. We'll begin the last portion of the show in about 2 minutes. I take it you know what that's from? Yes, 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 yes. I refrained from actually dancing. I was worried about myself on that song. I had to just, they wanted me to do like the whip or the shuffle. I don't even know what these things are. Does anyone know what those? I don't even know what that is. All right, good. This next one, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but this was my son's favorite movie forever. I heard it more times than I've seen it because I'm usually the driver. So it took me a long time to actually see it. That's how most of the movies are. I hear and then envision, and then I see it after I've heard it 13 times on, in the car. So this next one we're going to dedicate to Silas. Is he still here? Si, you still here? All right, I think he's going to like this one. You will too, but I think he will. Did you know what that was from? Cars, yes, 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 yes. You probably didn't recognize it till we got to Life as a Highway, right? Heck, I've watched that movie 62 times. I didn't recognize the other stuff. I have a special guest coming. Oh, he's already here. He is excited. Nervous? Are you nervous? If you've been to the shows for the last couple of years, you know that he already won gifts. No, Santa brought him gifts because every other day when I come in, he's sitting in my chair. He's always like, yo, I got this, man. I'm like, okay, go for it. So this year when he came in, I don't know what's happening. When he came in the beginning of the year, he was sitting in my chair, and I'm like, you know what, this year you're going to direct. And he was like, But he'd sat in my chair too many times. So this year, he's directing. And so we've picked a song, probably the good song from Shrek. Ooh, sorry, Cheaty. But the song from a good band that played in Shrek. And he's come in and we worked through, and he's done this whole thing himself. I think I had the band maybe for 10 minutes, and he's worked them from the beginning to what you're about to hear, and it's really, really exciting. And on a secondary note, there's a young man sitting on the trap set who has taken a similar role with Calvin. You know, Calvin, you've seen him up there, but he's graduating, and one day I came in, and Caleb was sitting on the drums. I was like, all right, let's see what happens. So Caleb's been coming in and working. So this is exciting for me because I'm going to come down and sit right there. And they're going to run this thing. And we're going to cheer them on because it's going to be pretty exciting. Caden Coker, give him a round. That was good. I don't know what this outfit is. What is this? Oh, A Bug's Life. I'm like, what is he doing with the wings and stuff? Good. Good. That was funny because I looked down and Kristen was playing the solo as one of the twins from the movie that she was playing the solo in. So it was good. All right, yeah, you guys missed it. I know, sometimes I just ramble. Seniors, I have a few more seniors in this group than I'd like to have. Usually if there's only one or two, that means next year is going to be solid, but we always have to cross our fingers and hope that more kids come. But I think this group's pretty big. Seniors, will you please stand? He means nothing to me. No, I'm kidding. He actually had something important. Can you go pick that up? All right. I have one who is missing this evening. You guys can sit down. Thank you. How many of you are 4-year seniors? How many of you have been here all 4 years? Stand up if you've been here 4 years. Rock on, dude. They are so ready to be done with me after 4 years. How many of you are 7 or 8-year seniors? It's taken her a while to graduate, but we finally got it done. She started, what grade did you start? 7th grade. Mary Ruth is local, and she started coming in and playing when she was in 7th grade. And at that time, I thought she thought it was a great opportunity. Now she's ready to go, I think. She's like, I can't take this guy anymore. I do have 2 real awards I want to give out. One's an award, one's a thank you to somebody. Tonight's Saturday. Thursday night we had awards chapel, and there were awards that were given out to a lot of students that were worthy of the awards. There was worker awards given out, but the band and I, a while ago, decided that we wanted to thank a certain worker who I'm sure loathes his job. Because he's the guy that has to come in and check up on all of the faculty when we don't take attendance, or when, in my case, I take attendance, then someone shows up. And Peyton, are you here, Peyton? Are you here? Is he here, Peyton? No, not Peyton. Peyton. He's not here? Oh, man. Peyton Wessel. Are you going to... Excuse me if I don't give this to you. I'll just save it for Peyton when I see him. Peyton Wessel works as the attendance guy, and he comes in all the time. And as a high school student, I have to think that's a crummy job. To go in and knock on the door and be like, Mr. Torsney, have you taken your attendance yet? Who wants that gig, right? But he comes in and he's always smiling and he's always at least pretending to be happy about it. And we just wanted to thank him. So when you see him, tell him, I have something that I wasn't going to give to Cole that I will give to him when I see him, and I want to just give him a thank you. So we'll give him a thank you. I know he's not here. Thank you, Peyton, for putting up with the faculty who sometimes forget to do their job. Peyton Morrison was like, dude, I'm getting something. So John Philip Sousa Award is our national award. And this award, if you're a band geek like I was, I wanted to win this when I was in high school. And it was just something that you always strive for if you're into these kind of things. It's the same thing as the orchestra. This was actually started in 1955 to honor the top band student. And I run it the same way. I have it, the band votes, and then I take that into consideration, and then I put my vote in. And we have, for 11 years now, been unanimous on our voting. And this year, unanimously, the band and I have voted for Amy Shelley to win the John Philip Sousa Award. we're really excited to have you guys here this evening. I want to thank you once again. I'm sure I have forgotten to thank somebody, but I want to thank parents for being a part of what we do here at GCA. Thank administration for supporting what we do and for backing us. I want to thank my family because they put up with me being gone a bunch in this gig, and they understand what we're doing, and I'm very grateful for my wife and my kids. And I want to thank all the students. You guys rock, man. This couldn't be a better gig, and it couldn't be more fun. So we are going to end this night with an incredible song. It's just fantastic. There's no other way to describe it than just, it's incredible. Thank you guys very much. We're going to let you guys buy some food at half off for the rest of the evening. Half off in the back. Thank you guys very much. Get home safely. We'll see you at Christmas.